Okay, dear participants, dear guests, thank you very much for staying with us during the break, or maybe you will join us afterwards, of the 2022 Open Day. Those of you who stayed know that this part of the program is trying to describe you and get you to know the Master in Applied Economics program. So we will introduce and discuss this program. My name is Eva Hromadková, and I've been director of this program for 5 years now. So I hope that I will be able to answer all the questions and to basically convey you the feeling of the program as such. And to start with, before we start, with the general stuff, I would like to remind you some of the basic rules. Please keep the microphone muted for the duration of the open day, unless you are invited to speak. And you don't even need to turn your camera on, just due to the connection issues. However, feel free to submit your questions in the chat. If there are any questions, we will answer them either during or after the session. And this virtual open day is recorded and will be accessible on our website. So if you are not here, you will be able to find it afterwards on our website. So to start, well, this is not really flattering, but as I said, my name is Eva Hromadková, and I'm the director of the MAE, and I want to introduce you to two of my lovely guests. First one is Julia Sheveleva, which has been with our program from the very, very, very start. So she knows everything about the program. She knows all our alumni, and she's also responsible for the crucial part of the program, or its crucial pillar, which is personal and professional development. And the second one is our 2019 yeah, alumni, Roman Potišil, who is currently working as marketing coordinator in Uber. And he, on the other hand, is able to answer questions regarding what is the student life in here, how does the education process go, and also what you are going to be able to do after you finish our program. Some general stuff. You've been already introduced into MA in Economic Research Program and into PhD program, which are all run at CERGE-EI. MA and in Applied Economics program. Hello, Ala. Yeah, can you please mute yourself?
What I should do?
Can you mute yourself? Yeah, perfect. Sorry. So MA in Applied Economics program is different from both programs that you have heard before because it's only 1-year program, so it's not 2-year master, it's 1-year master. And the focus is slightly different. Instead of doing the economic research part and more like theory part, this program is focused on data science, and it's used in business applications. So in a sense, we are trying to distill the data skills that our faculty and our experts have and try to teach it in a very condensed form in 1 year. So what's the purpose, students? Purpose of the year? We want the students during that 1 year to develop analytical and problem-solving skills which are essential for any kind of career in the business sector. Whether you are going to become a data analyst or you are becoming a marketing coordinator, it's always about the data, and you just cannot be scared and have to face them straight away. Also, our curriculum, instead of doing just the research-oriented thing, is grounded in real-life applications. So most of the stuff that we do or during the lectures as well as the final project are focused on really projects that are applicable in real life. We have small classes. Currently, we have 6 people in the class. We had 8 people in your class. The biggest class size that we had was 22, which was nice, but that's actually quite a lot, quite a lot of people. And crucial part is, as I said, career guidance and professional development. The title that you are going to receive after the 1 year is the US master degree that has absolute charter from the New York State Board of Regents, and here in the Czech Republic it's nostrified by Masaryk University as the title that is comparable to the Czech titles. When you are deciding about which of the programs CERGE-EI is offering you, you might be applying to, it's critical that you kind of go into yourself and try to find out what is the thing that you want to do afterwards. Do you want to do your PhD, or do you want to go and work and stay in business? So usually people who want to work directly after the graduation go to us. And there are like 3 main reasons that might be the motivators for you to join MAE. First is that you want your education to be applied. So you want to look at data analysis. You want your classes to be taught by the experts that are actually doing it in a real life. So if you have a monetary policy class, I'm using that because that one is currently running downstairs with our students. Then this monetary policy class is taught by a professor which actually works as a monetary policy specialist. And finally, if you are working on your final project, it's not just a project that your professor came up with. We are working on the projects that clients propose to us, and some of them are even using the results that our students are coming up with in their daily applications. The second reason why MAE is why MAE is special is the community. I always loved within our program the community of people, because students are usually amazing. We have students from over 35 countries. The mix is usually half of them are either local Czech Slovak, half of them are international, sometimes more, sometimes less. The faculty that we have as internal, because some of the subjects are still taught by internal faculty, is the faculty that you have met during your presentations in the first part of this open day. And they are basically top 5% researchers in the field, and you cannot find a better faculty, I would say, in the Central Europe, definitely Central Eastern Europe. Yeah. And Europe. Yeah, we always think about the US as something special, US and UK, but I think that's, top 5. And finally, last but not least, we have amazing alumni community. I am proud to say that our alumni are our friends. And they are very successful. They work for companies with names that you know, and they are usually stars there. So I'm very proud of our alumni, and I'm proud of their relationship that they have with the CERGE-EI or with MAE, and they are kind of reason why I'm here. And finally, the third part, why MAE might be right for you, is that because it's 1 year and focused program and paid program, tuition-based program, we put a lot of focus on personalization. So small classes, professors, all the professors, internal and external, are very open to discuss anything with you, to have additional discussions, lectures, consultations. And I think that one of the unique things that we have is really the professional and personal and professional development part, which I haven't seen in any other MA programs, and is very effective in helping to find our alumni work and helping to learn them much more about themselves than they had before. So, if you apply and come to search for MAE. This is kind of the curriculum that you can expect in your 1 year of studies. Before you come, there is an online preparatory semester that runs through the summer. It's fully online, Coursera and DataCamp based. That basically we give you we would like you to make sure that you have preliminary knowledge of micro mathematics and programming. Programming is a huge part because basically for data analysis you need data analytical skills. And then we have 3 semesters because everything is shrinks into 1 year, so we need to have 3 semesters running from September up to July. In the first semester, what you will meet is mostly people from CERGE-EI because that's the semester when we lay down foundations. So you have classes in macro, micro, quantitative methods. You have additional class for programming. You have class for communication for impact, which is a weird name, but basically it's English skills. It's English writing, English negotiation, for you to be able to do your business stuff more efficiently. And of course, the first part of personal and professional development, where this part is more focused on personal development and on finding out what you want to do with your life, what are your strengths, and how you can build up on them. Spring and summer are more about electives, so that's more about you choosing what you want to focus on by choosing the special electives. And finally, in summer, the summer semester is also devoted to the final projects where you, for the whole semester, work within a group and with your client on the project. So maybe to stop me from talking all the time. So Roman, which one of those semesters was the hardest one?
I think that the hardest one was actually the first one because it was like complete change because it was a lot of things to do, like from sudden, like we had multiple projects to work on, we had multiple homeworks every day, which I was not really used to from my bachelor's studies, where it was just going to the lectures during the school period and then having some exam period. Whereas in here, we had to work basically every day. So on one hand, it was kind of difficult, but on the other one, it was super useful because we learned a lot in very condensed amount of time. And yeah, I think also the subjects were the most difficult in the first one. So
because that's the ones that you are obliged to take.
Yeah. And once the electives come, it's amazing basically because you get to pick out of a huge list of subjects that you can be interested in. So myself, I picked mostly those that are more data analyst focused. So let's say, so I had machine learning. I've taken some more quantitative subjects. Let's say finance. Finance was super interesting because in my bachelor studies, the finance was very theoretical, and in here we worked on several case studies. We basically could apply the skills that we learned on some real-time projects. And yeah, and then the final project was also pretty much what I do right now in Uber. So basically applying the statistic methods into some real projects.
So as you can see, the electives, you already started to talk about electives, where there is a list of the electives that are actually currently offered. So you chose I see machine learning techniques in here. That's great that you enjoy them. Basically, the electives are really coming in spring and summer. You can make your specialization with them. Specializations are corporate finance, then it's macroeconomic policy, then it's forecasting, and then it's one more, and now I'm totally blanked. Corporate finance, but yeah. No, public policy. Yeah, so you can build up your specialization based on this. Mostly people choose finance, and for me, quite surprisingly, public policy. We have a lot of applicants that are interested in working in the public sphere, and still they want to use data for that, which I really enjoy, and I think that it's important for the society. As I said, one of the three crucial pillars of our program is personal and professional development, and I have somebody much more equipped to talk about it than me. So please, Julia, if you can tell us more.
Hi, my name is Julia, and I'll be teaching the personal and professional development course, which is not really a type of course you are used to, but rather a coaching and cooperational type of course where I would help you with the journey of career development. This is a required course for all MAE students because we do believe that anyone at any stage of their career needs this. Even if you have already several years of professional experience, and of course this is super useful also for those of you who come just after bachelor studies and who might not be that sure what to do in the future. So we start from week 1. Basically, you come to study at CERGE-EI and you already start preparing for your career, not only in class, but also during the personal and professional development. We start with the fall with the self-discovery, and the whole semester consists of several exercises you can choose from, like writing the personal purpose essay, for example, or creating your career tree. We do invite external speakers, professional coaches who come and do a number of exercises with you. And hopefully by the end of the fall semester, you have a better knowledge about yourself, about your strengths, areas of development. And that's where we start working more with you individually, trying to find the spheres where your skills, individual skills, and also knowledge from the MAE can blossom. During the spring semester, it's more about finding out about different areas where you can work after the MAE. And we do it, again, through a number of activities you can choose from. The most amazing one is mentoring, when students can be paired up with individual mentors according to your interest. And we had absolutely amazing mentors, like heads of departments from huge corporations like Google. We also can have someone from public sector, for example, a specialist from a central bank, not necessarily from Prague, can be someone from Canada, for example. There are business owners, if you are thinking more towards starting your own business, so you can be paired up with someone who already had this experience and can learn from it. And mentoring relationship can end up with you getting a job through your mentor, or, for example, running a marathon together. So it's a cool journey, and I really love seeing students develop these relations. Apart from that, we do meet in class, and there are different specialists we invite from different companies, organizations who talk about what it's like to work in a certain field. Like we could have a person coming who works for for example, data science, and literally he would tell how he got this job, what he does every day, what models maybe he uses, what is the career development in general in this field. So things like that. When possible, and if possible, we organize such meetings as company visits, when we can actually go to the office of the company and meet more specialists, but also kind of feel the atmosphere of the company. And the last but not least important part of personal professional development is mindfulness and stress reduction. Those are things, again, you can choose to have or not to have, but MAE itself is an intensive program, and many students actually enjoy the stress reduction exercises, at least as some time to sleep, but maybe to relax, to rewind, and to clear your mind and prepare for the afternoon activities. Eventually, by the end of the second semester, most students find themselves in this situation when they have at least one or better a couple of job offers, or are in the process of interviewing for a couple of companies, and they usually sign the contract and just enjoy the end of the academic year at the MA program, write the final project, work on that, and then start working. So feel free to ask me any questions about this interesting personal and professional development program.
Thank you, Yuli. And if you are curious about what the pictures are there, then the upper part is the company visit, and the lower part are the relaxation techniques. So you can see that we really take it seriously and sleep on during that time. As I said, this is an MA program, and so naturally you need to finish it. But our specialty is that you are not completing your MA with thesis, but you are completing it with developing a final project. Final project is something that we work in groups. The students are working in groups, and they are working for a real client who comes up with a proposal. There are more proposals than the groups of students, so you can pick up the one that you and your friends are feeling that this is the one that is interesting to work on, that the company might be interesting for you to find a job in with, or you just like what it offers. In the past, we were working with the clients and partners like Moody's Analytics, Nielsen, which is a marketing company, ČSOB, which is a bank here in the Czech Republic, Kogbio, that was your project, right, Roman? Which is a health information company, I would say, yeah. Liftago, which is now your direct competitor. Liftago is something like Uber, but in the in the Czech Republic, and different types of NGOs. So really, you can pick from the project that you like with the involvement in the, some of them are really focused on data, some of them are more marketing focused, so you can really choose among different variety. You work on it during the last semester. We meet once in a week among ourselves, and once every 2 weeks with the clients, and it's all finalized by a big presentation, the pictures that you can see in the lower part, where you present the results or the results that are presentable and that the company allows you to show, and there is also a small competition among the teams, like who is having the best project presentation. So I don't know whether you won.
We did.
Okay. So. As I said, among the free programs that CERGE-EI offers, this one is tuition-based, mainly because it's 1 year and it's and you put in like a lot of additional stuff. The basic tuition is $9,500 for complete programs. We are working in US dollars because we are an American program. Early applicants, the call was closed in November, are paying $2,000 less. This money is paid in 4 installments every semester with a deposit that is paid right after you are admitted. And there are various forms of scholarships and financial aid available, which are listed either on our website or you can see the overview now on the slide. Basically, we have 2 big scholarships, Impact for Society Fellowship and Public Service Fellowship. Impact for Society Fellowship is aimed on people on applicants who already have participated in projects with the social impact. The examples that we had in the past was, for example, a person who developed a learning program for the teachers in Afghanistan, and he was basically traveling around the country, and 200 of the teachers took part in this program. Or we had a lady that was that worked out the program for empowering female students in Azerbaijan. So this is kind of the projects that we are interested in. If you obtain the Impact for Society Fellowship, which you have to actually apply by the same date as the application level, your tuition level will go down to $3,000. So you basically cut it to the third. Then there is Public Service Fellowship for selected countries. If you are planning or you are working in the public sector, or you are planning to work in public sector, and you can provide us with a written acknowledgement from your future or current employer, your tuition level will be cut to $1,900. This fellowship is, however, conditional on you staying in the public sector 2 years after you finish MAE program. And then there is merit scholarship that is awarded based on your academic performance in the fall semester, and the possibility of somehow assistantship, which is called applied learning program, and that gives you discount $1,000 per semester. So if you are deciding whether to apply, or what do you need, what are the prerequisites, what do you need to have in order to apply for us? It's less than for PhD and MA program, mainly because we don't have this research part. So what we need you to have is at least bachelor degree in any field. We are not limiting it to economics or mathematics field, which would be, of course, advantages if you have them. But we had very successful students from the fields like history, etc. You had finance, international relations. So yeah, so it really doesn't depend on the field. It mostly depends on your willingness to learn and on your willingness to work with data. We need fluency in English, even though it may not sound like when I'm speaking, but basically all the classes are in English. Everything is in English. The working language at CERGE-EI is English, so there is no exception in this. We don't ask for the results of IELTS, TOEFL, or so on. We are able to evaluate your English capabilities by reading the materials that you are sending to us. So it is an advantage if you have that certificate, but it's not a requirement. Definitely you need to know at least basic calculus and algebra, because then you would be really doomed. If it's possible, but you would have to work really, really hard. And part of our entry exam is actually math exam, so you need to pass that. And we are very open to people who are older, that may have already work experience or internship experience it's actually a bonus for us because these people know what they want to do and why they want to do that. So the typical applicant, we don't have a typical applicant for MAE, but if I should say two typical applicants, one is the bachelor that knows that he wants to work as data scientist and he wants to work fast. And the other is somebody from business that would like to switch his careers and he would like to do it fast. Yeah, so that's the two types. Admissions is purely online. So you need to fill out online application that you can find on our website. You need to send us or attach a PDF of motivation letter. As I said, the motivation letter is scrutinized, and we read, of course, your motivation, but we also find out about your English level. We know whether you copied it from some generic source, etc. So it pays off to spend time with motivation letter. And we need standard documents like scan of the passport, scan of the diploma, so you can prove that you have the bachelor degrees. And contact details for these two references, we really take it seriously, whether the references that you are giving to us, whether they respond and what they are telling about you, whether it's something generic or they know you and they really want you to succeed in life. As I said, optional is kind of standardized score reports and any applications for scholarships or financial aid requests. Financial aid is also possible for people who don't have that many financial resources. However, financial aid will only cut your tuition to $7,000 per year. So it's better to have scholarship than financial aid. The application process, we are currently in the middle of the application period. What you need to do is submit online application in our system, and once you submit it, our head of SAO will contact you and she will agree on the timing of online mathematics tests and online interview with the program director. If you are from Prague or you are able to come here in person, it can be done in person, but basically the standard is that we are sending you the test online. You have 45 minutes to fill it out or complete it, and then there is 15 to 20 minutes interview. The deadline for the applications is March 30, 2022, which is the same for all three programs, and we will be able to give you the online mathematics test and interview is going to happen in the first 2 weeks of April. So by April 21st, we are going to be able to tell you the admission decision. That's from our part. If we want you, if you want us back, this consent thing, you are obliged to pay a tuition deposit of $1,000, which are then going to be discounted from the tuition level. So if you have tuition $9,500, you are only then going to pay $8,500. 30 days after the admission decision. Yeah, correctly, hopefully. Very many officialities. And so this is what our admissions are. And finally, our alumni, basically, if you decide to be with us and you finish with us after that exhausting 1 year, exhausting is probably a good word to describe it, right? What we are really proud of is our alumni, because basically 100% of them have work and have found work or stayed in work. 83% work in public policy, data science, finance, and consulting, so they work in some firm. 12% have their own startups, which are usually quite successful. 5% teach at universities or study at universities, and approximately 2/3 of them stay in the Czech Republic, but a lot of them return back to their home countries and basically try to improve their home countries, which we are really proud of, and it's one part of the CERGE-EI mission. So that's something that we really want to stress out. Alumni also, the specific part of or specificity of our alumni groups are that because we have always 1 year, the alumni are not so much connected across the classes, but actually our alumni are connected, right? So you have friends from probably more.
Yeah, for like 4 years.
And so it's because of...
Yeah, it's because of the parties. It's also because of the connection, because some alumni also visit our classes as well. They sometimes even teach some of the classes, and some of them can be mentors, as was discussed on the professional development part. And yeah, it's like we have our own Facebook group, so we sometimes even ask our alumni to help us with some subjects that we had. So, yeah, but the community is pretty much like close together, even when we are years apart. So
yeah, which is I think magic. Like CERGE-EI alumni community in general is very close, and with MAE it's even special. So, which is a nice wrapping up for the presentation. Thank you for listening to me for 35 minutes and more minutes for my guests. If you have any questions, please ask them now. That's the time to ask. Probably in the chat, right? Yeah. Do we have any questions? No, we don't yet have any questions. Okay, so maybe I will ask Roman. For Roman. Roman, what was the subject that was actually the most useful for you?
I think it was the quantitative methods in the first semester, because it was mostly focused on linear regression, which I use every day almost in my work now with the marketplace department in Uber. And I really enjoyed the development and behavioral economics because it taught me a completely new way of thinking of economics. It was with Michal Boller, who is like the smartest person in the world that I've ever met. And all of the courses where we could deep dive into R, which those were like the best, actually.
Okay. And maybe we will ask Julia, like, what mentors do we currently have? If you.
Sure. We do have someone is doing mentoring with one of our graduates who has his own company in financial industry. We do have a mentor from the central bank in Canada. There is a mentor who is doing energy consulting here in the Czech Republic, a coach type of mentor. And that's it.
Yeah.
And I used to have a data scientist from Booking. And I remember that before that there was somebody from Central Bank in Czech Republic, right? Yeah, many other successful people. Somebody from BCG, some from the top consulting firms as well. So very, very successful mentors and people in general.
Veronica, do you have a question?
Do you want to see it or should I read it?
Please read it to me. I will repeat it.
Do you need only undergraduate transcripts or for all coursework completed by the candidate, even in case the candidate has a master's degree in another stream prior to applying for MA?
We only need the bachelor's. If you have master in any other subject, usually people are proud to show that they have their master's. So you don't need to submit it, but inform us about that. We really appreciate the diversity in the background. So what you really need to have, the prerequisite is bachelor degree in any field. But if you have a master in psychology, that's great. Behavioral economics. We are going there. Thank you. Yeah. Any other questions? No? Thank you for staying with us. Hope you have a beautiful day. If you have any further questions that come up after this, or basically you want to meet with me either online or in person, or you want to meet with our alumni, you want to be matched with the type of alumni that kind of corresponds to your vision of yourself in 1 year, then write to us at our email address and we will respond immediately back. Thank you again and have a great day. Bye-bye.